Welcome guys, welcome to the 2021 Downtown Urban Open. I'm Gage Stiles here with
Chase Jernigan.
Again.
Hey everybody.
This is the 10th year doing this. Hole
This is
one.
going to be a fun round.
193 feet. What's your play here?
Well, after Anthony was throwing, because he throws sidearm, so it was very advantageous for him to throw because I'm lefty. His little sidearm shot looked favorable, and as you'll see in a few moments, I don't throw sidearms very much, and we're going to see how this turns out, but as you can see, Anthony had a really good shot.
Yeah, I think it plays better for the lefty forehand rather than the righty backhand, just because it's kind of a tight gap and you have to carry it some distance before you go left.
Yeah.
So it's a little touchier for the backhand. That's why here I am going with the forehand. There's a Mando tree just in front of you that you need to go to the right of. So I'm just trying to flex it around the right, sneak it through.
So you made it complicated, basically, is what you're telling me.
I played to my strengths.
Okay, all right. Well, you know, it's just a little unfortunate, but it's all right. You can get up and down from there, right?
Yeah, I'm known as a putter, so that's fine.
Sure.
So here's the righty backhand, and it's kind of the 50-50 play, but I think the tree catches a little more.
Yeah. Here's my handsome self. Throwing the sidearm, very rare. A little two-step hop there.
It didn't look good.
It didn't look good, but it ended good. You see that?
It was better than mine was.
Speaking of which.
Oh yeah, here I am. And
At first glance, I thought that was going to go in. I'm not going to lie. There's John with his up shot.
This is probably 60 feet from the basket in that ditch. So you still have, a prayer.
I hope in a prayer.
Yeah.
That's right.
This is
This kid, man, y'all will see throughout this round. He's good. He played very well. He's just dead center.
Yeah.
So shout out to my buddy Wes, who caddied for me throughout the round. You'll probably see a couple clips of him and his family. They decided to come out and watch. They had a blast, and they're getting into the game of disc golf along with his girlfriend Erica. They loved it, and shout out to them. They enjoyed a really good day of disc golf.
Cleaning up here.
Yeah.
Hole 2, 168, par 3.
Mm-hmm.
The tricky thing about this, it's got pretty good drop off just behind the basket. So you can't throw it too hard, and then if you come up short, you have it.
And that's another thing too. Man, you end up short, so you get a little skip, a little roll away. And here I tried to play just a little touch shot. And it didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Yeah, from this angle, there's two gaps that you can go, the left side or to the right of that middle tree. And that's the tough part of the hole. You don't want to go too long, so Jason kind of barely threw it, and then he's left with a 100-foot, another touch shot.
Right. That's something you want to avoid there. I played with John first round. He did not have a good drive off of that, and that was a great correction.
Still leaving that a bit short.
A little dangerous life Jay Clark lives there.
Yeah.
He just nailed it. Dead center.
And this is kind of the more common place to be, just at the bottom of the ditch. Do you think the moving basket's going to affect it that much?
Yeah, to
Or
a
just
certain extent,
visual?
it was visual and it was mental enough to mess with me. You want to just be comfortable in your putting environment, so to speak.
Yeah, I think I could have used a little sturdiness of the last one.
Yeah.
And I think if you land on the rocks, it's uphill, uneven. It's hard to get your balance.
That was unfortunate. That was unfortunate. It was a weird, awkward stance he was in, but he knows he should have made that. So, going on to hole 3, fire exit. This one plays around the building. Hopefully, no one went OB this tournament. That's been very kind of impressive, actually. So we had 2 birdies that hole previously. It's just a sky shot for me, left-handed, backhand.
I think you want to keep it closer to the building
Than you think.
Than you think, yeah.
Like that.
Because if you land on the road, it's hard to jump the curb and then get back down. Mm-hmm. So I like trying to hug it closer to the building.
This is what impressed me the most about him. You know, he's basically throwing a shot that I throw backhanded. That was a great fortunate bounce. Little love, yeah. But I mean, he made it look so easy. You know,
I saw it first round and it did kind of stall out and land on the road. But he made the correction and put a little more turn on it.
Yep. Gage here. That's about what you want.
A cool moment on this hole as we were waiting to throw, just behind us on the previous hole, the last red card, we heard chains, and there was an ace. Shout out to Sean Hallett getting the ace, and within 30 seconds, Wade Benton on the next hole got an ace on hole 4. So that was a cool moment while we were waiting to throw 2 aces back to back.
Nice. Special people as far as being able to say that over my birdie putt right there.
Hey, oh, were you putting? I didn't notice.
This tournament has been great. I mean, 10 years running. I mean, you got to show some consistency there, and people who love the event to keep it going. There's again.
I practiced this shot just trying to go over a tree, and
I didn't realize what pose that was. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, that's. How do you feel about? So you didn't make it in the gap the first time.
No.
Do you prefer to throw right after missing it, or wait till everybody goes around?
As we progressed into this, I preferred to just go ahead and get it over with. I don't think about it.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I think I can calculate what or if I was to make a mistake, I just threw a good shot. There's a column up top that if you hit it with the wrong angle, you'll just bounce back out. So no adjustment to be made, but I'd rather do it right afterwards than wait for 3 or 4 other people to throw before getting back up there.
Right. Here's Jay Clark here. He took a good approach. I mean, he told me, because I played with him last round as well. He said, just putt at it. And it's just a big jump putt. And I was like, dude, I don't have the muscles for that. And he showed me off. So
I do think the lofty, putt throw putt
jump putt
is better than kind of a little more angle on the forehand or backhand.
Get a little more nose up.
Yeah, you could have a roll away. I've seen in pass coverage, getting in that back corner and behind the vehicle. So with a flatter putt, you're more likely to land closer to the basket.
Yeah. Jay and Anthony did birdie, so they are next up and leading us off on hole 5.
This one, there's 2 options. You can throw kind of a putter and just get more of a straight skip, or
like that, as the end result.
Throw more of a higher speed disc and try to move it right to left a little bit more, but as you know, there's the back corner that you can get in trouble if you don't throw it far enough.
We're not going to show that.
So that was the higher speed disc that you're going to get a little more movement left, which is going to put you closer to the basket.
And then here's awkward me left-handed throwing this hole.
Is that understable, or are you trying to get it to move left in the air, or just throw it straight?
I just threw it straight. I aimed for the back wall just to give myself a putt, which, you know, I did what I needed to do for that. Because I mean, seriously, you know, you have that advantage, and you got to use it.
I think he threw something very overstable because he released that with Annie, and that was nice as well. Nice control to get it to go back left. Correct distance.
Long putt here, and doink.
Were you nervous at all of the ceiling for being that far out?
At first.
At
first, and then I was like, you know what? If I hit it, it is what it is.
I was that distance the first round, and to get it the right height, I felt like I needed to be as he just leaps it.
Quick shout out to Jay Pontier, CADL, Mike Sink, you know, Downtown Cary, Cary Chamber of Commerce, you know, Bond Brother, everybody who put an effort for this event, because, you know, like I was saying before, with just the dedication, the hard work, the longevity, it's a great, I mean, it's just a really fun event, and it's something that I definitely try to add on to the calendar every year to go out and play.
There is 2 Mandos. There's 2 poles that you have to go in between, as we'll finally get to see whether or not you made it. I think
You're still questioning it?
I'm still questioning it, but it's confirmed.
That
it did go through the Mandos.
So this looked really close from our view. I was like, did that even go past? And, you know, it did, per video evidence, but that was a scare at first.
So this hole is a lefty hole because both lefties actually got it to the top. If you don't get it through, you're in the kind of back right corner of the parking garage, which can be very penalizing. So I think the play is just to slide a putter, give yourself a up and down putt.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to risk it to get up to the top level, because as you can see here, this is a good distance to be, and you're still 50, 60, unless you get lucky like you did.
Oh. Here. Sometimes you just gotta take advantage of the luck, man.
Yeah. I think you were the only one to get it in open, which is common. I think all pars except for you. Okay, finally get to my quiz.
All right, quiz activated.
So there's 10 years, hence the X in the tournament title. Who of this card has played the most Downtown Urban Opens?
Of this card?
Of this card.
Probably Anthony.
You are incorrect.
Gosh, he's won it. He's won every bit. All right, who is it?
It is Jason Clark. He's played 9 times. Jonathan has played 8 times. Anthony, your guess, 7 times.
Okay, so I wasn't too far off.
Yes. And then followed up with yourself. How many times do you think?
Probably 4.
5. This is your 5th one.
This is the 5th year. Okay.
And this is my first time. So, experience-wise, don't have much out here. This hole, as we're seeing shots,
Or good shots.
Yes.
Good shots.
I think the thumber, or if you have some overhand, that's the best play because your disc will be going more vertical or down. Correct play is overhand if you have it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think here he kind of just trickled on away from the basket a little bit, but he had a good shot.
Looked like it was a little nose up and rose on him.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, I've missed 2 putts from kind of this distance, 30 feet, and I think I really need this one. And
Yeah.
that one felt good. I cat jammed it right in the basket. Another question. What do you think this hole averaged? Or like, what place did this hole? There's 4 birdies on this card, 4 out of 5.
Right.
What do you think it averaged? Oh, yeah, okay.
Like,
That was the second easiest hole, which blew my mind.
Really?
I felt that was going to be a harder hole.
So this hole they change up every year. They made this one just a little bit easier. I think there was some construction back behind the basket. It used to be a tunnel through where the basket is.
I'm convinced he was going for that. The ace run. He has a good kind of turnover putter shot.
Sure.
And because that orange tree is a little bit in front of the basket, I don't think he can he needs that height to be able to more so park it.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think he's just running at the basket and then seeing what happens. Here I'm throwing more of an overstable putter just because I think with the forehand, you're more likely to skip in the bush where you were or just leap further right, and it's more of an obstructed putt.
Mm-hmm. See, Jay's got a little bit of trick shot here, but
Yeah, he took a while to get down in that stance, and he took a long time to get back up as well. I feel like I can make fun of him.
You know, you can.
But he almost made it, so that was,
He did.
That was good.
It was a great putt from
yeah.
John. Great putt.
That was probably 50 as well. Some good putts on the card so far.
Yeah. There's a birdie putt for Anthony.
Give that a good bid.
Good effort. Here's your.
So this one I
Self.
was same spot first round. Didn't think I could miss high. So I feel like I got 2 shots on it.
So I was trying not to hurt
Is
anybody.
that 4?
Yeah, it was 4. And luckily I didn't. That tree was there to help out.
But in the round, I believe you were wanting to wait till they threw, as I almost did as well.
Yeah.
This one's tricky. This one's 400 down, downhill, and it's hard to not turn something over too much.
Right.
So you can get trapped in the bushes on the right, which would then leave you with a hard up shot as well.
Anthony threw about as perfect as a shot as you would want ever that first round, and I was just in awe because I think he threw the same disc, but I think it was a Raider, if I'm not mistaken. Does that sound right? I think it was a Raider.
It is a dynamic disc.
Yeah. Well, at least I got the same thing right. So I know that he wanted that shot back, and then Jay was with a nice layup.
Yeah, all of us leaked left more than we wanted.
Good shot by John.
Yeah. That's a good touch shot. That kind of, you're probably 150, 180 backhand through a gap. That's
Yeah.
always tough for me.
I mean, he found it. It just he couldn't get to it.
Yeah, I tried going, I think, on the right side, and then realized the left side would be a little easier to get it. Still don't have a look.
One of the worst lies I think I've ever seen somebody throw out of. I'm not even kidding.
I did have a little gap up there. That's all I could do.
Yeah, about best. I mean, you did what you could. We got Anthony up here. Good little flick out here.
And
For par.
for par, yes. Coming off the 2 other putts, I felt like
I mean,
I can
dead
make
center, man. Come on. Come on, you kidding me? And dude, whenever you did that, I think you came back and I was like, yeah, it's all good.
yeah. It's good to give off that kind of confidence that I'm going to make every single putt, as we all think about.
And that wasn't an easy putt either, you know, from where I was.
You trying to steal my thunder?
A little bit. Gage had a good putt for that, you know, to keep that going. And you see a putt like that, you know, you're like, oh my gosh, like I can't let it get in my head because I'm trying to stay neck and neck with competition. And luckily, I was very, very happy to make that putt.
Speaking of competition, I saw that Anthony has a 3-stroke lead on Jay. This one, I think, is a must get. It's just like for a righty, just a forehand skip shot.
Yeah, you
Trying
gotta
to-
play. You gotta play the road. I mean, it's there for that purpose,
Yeah.
and that's a good little replay here. You used every bit of that gravel or that parking spot.
And that's what you can, the advantage.
Look at.
Yeah, he knows he got away with that one
Oh, he
because he threw it probably 50 feet in front of him.
Dude, I mean, look at that.
That's his shot, is the high turnover forehand.
He-
Although that one,
He kind of faded a little bit
Yeah,
more than
yeah.
he wanted. All right, turned over a little bit more than he wanted and was a little short, but he just the shot itself. I mean, you think that it's something that he would like, because with left-handed, backhanded, you know, it's a lot easier. But once you get comfortable with it, you stick with it. You stick with being comfortable within your own shot, however you feel is best for yourself, and it leads and yields great results. Great
Jay
spot.
makes that one. Yeah, that was probably circle's edge as well.
Yeah. He was playing really, really well. It was good to see him make some good putts like that.
It was good energy on the card, just to like play well, or it was easy to play well because everybody was loose, having fun. And I think that's what this tournament is. It's like not typical disc golf shots, and so you can play a little more loose and
Right. You definitely have to hit the putts though, and not get frustrated. But things happen. You know, you're not usually typically playing on a type of course like this. So that's where you got to be the more laid back and understanding.
Though that hole, every single person got birdie
Yeah.
on hole 10. Yes.
Our birdie. This is one of my favorite holes. Just a tunnel shot.
So didn't see the distance, but yeah, it's low ceiling, high floor, with OB on the back as well as a drop off behind the basket. I'm going with a forehand. I feel like I have a little more distance control.
That did not happen that time.
No.
And I threw a photon zone. I don't know if you ever heard of a photon zone or not, but it's a color shift, and the plastic is a lot more like firm. It's kind of like a DX plastic. It feels like for, you know, I know we're crossing brands and terms, and you know, but the common throwers out there that are very diverse in their knowledge of this, as we look for Gage's disc again.
It's just looking for some Easter eggs. And
Didn't find
that is not.
Good putt though.
Yeah, it's probably 50 feet.
Yeah.
It would be behind. I was just feeling good. I felt like I could hit basket.
All right. So I know I said earlier in this video that you had the worst lay, or like as far as like.
Oh, the previous lie. Yeah.
Lie, yeah. This was awful, and I felt bad for him because there was nothing he could do but do what he did.
I thought he was gonna go under. I don't remember. I was on the other side and I don't remember seeing that. So that was interesting.
Yeah. There we go. That was a good putt.
Good putt.
Good putt, especially when you got, you know, a little bit of decline right there, and you just never know what can happen with that OB being a little bit closer than you realize.
And I typically don't look at scores, so it's kind of fun seeing the round progress and seeing the scores, how close we were and what it felt. Because I feel like I struggled through the first couple holes, so I knew I dropped a couple of shots to y'all. So I thought, I knew you were close. Jonathan was also playing well, and Jay, he was playing consistent. So I felt like Anthony,
he was running away with
it.
Yeah,
the way he was playing, unless he just made a crazy mistake, I felt like he had control of the win, and it was a battle for second. So.
Right. This very much catered to me in any flicks, right-handed flicks.
Yeah.
As you see, John Park job, pretty much.
I guess there was trees in his way as far as doing that high turnover shot as well, because he went to the right of the tree, which was the only time I saw that.
That's a good point.
And I didn't even see a right hand backhand go to that side, so I don't know. It's just too open on the left to kind of toss it up and just let it fall right.
Right. So you Gage here. Oh, gosh.
Light.
I think that would have been a lot longer than after that tree.
So Jay tried and attempted a sidearm, and
didn't look good.
No, there was room for improvement. He had some terrible timing with that.
I remember that now. He got razzed a couple times in the round as far as 4 calls or a train going off.
Yeah, he handled it like a champ though.
Yeah.
Good putt by you, sir.
Once someone makes a putt, it feels like the rest of the people, you don't want to get big putted on this course just because that's what it focuses on.
Looks like we're going to end this hole on those other birdies. Missed out on the fun, Jay.
But hey, next year his forehand might be there. You know, he's
there you go.
Trying to work on that.
It's all right. It's all right. So we go into hole 13 now. And we got a really, really big decoration Christmas tree by the basket. So this area is really pretty. Bunch of Christmas decorations right there, and then we see the big tree.
Trying to put a present under the tree?
I did.
This one, well, I guess. No, are you trying to skip it off the road or go in the air the whole way to the island? Not that it's an island, but.
Well, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's more just playing it to the natural flight of what the disc is going to do. So for him, he probably just wanted to kind of come back in and just safely land there, because for me, kind of like what you tried to do, with a little bit more air, to skip it off.
I did try the skip play,
Yeah.
and that thing, once it hit the ground, never went higher than the curb. It was
Look at that.
Very odd. That's just angle control.
Replay. That's a good replay there. But yeah, skipping off the ground, you know, if it's very faint, that's fine.
Yeah, it just needed more air out of my hand to get a 1-2 skip.
Yeah. See with Jay, I mean, I think he played it fine. Just doing just that.
This one's probably 40 feet, and yeah, just felt pressure. There was some people walking, and I just felt like I had to impress them with it, and then that was in my head. So never want to try to impress them with the ball.
Right. John with the big putts, and he cannot lie. Good one by John.
Yeah, I feel like if you just skip it to the curb, you're gonna have some sort of look.
Right. Good putt by Anthony.
20-footer. You just don't want to go left because there is a train.
Right.
And it is loud and aggressive.
And that was not a good putt, but I didn't expect it to bounce out like that. So that was not a good experience.
Yeah, because I feel like at this point, you know, the holes are dwindling down.
Right.
And we're in. I felt like I was going to lose a stroke to the hole cards, needing that because I knew it was tight. So you probably felt the same way.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, we're right in the thick of it. So hole 14, you got very tricky play. It used to be very, very tight as far as, you know, the play here was to kind of do what John just tried to do. He was a little early on the right, but it was very thick up top. I mean, the overhang was a lot worse than what you see it as. So you had to be very sneaky through all that, and it opened up this year, but everyone still seemed to have a little trouble with it.
Yeah, I do think the first round I saw people trying to push it further right and get around the hedge.
That's what you wanted.
Yeah, the classic. But then I think I just saw someone just throw it straight over the top, and I like that. So I actually, as you'll see, I switched my play just before I threw and trying to go more directly over the row of bushes rather than around to the right. And
didn't get enough height on it.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah, I felt that was good. This is a tough hole because even from where we're at, it's still probably 200, and you're landing it on asphalt, so you don't know how big of a skip. Or even if you're just going to land flat and it's going to sit where it landed. So this is, if you're behind the bushes, it's a tricky part.
Yeah. Good shot by Anthony. So you're over here with the up shot for birdie. I mean, it's makeable.
Are you trying to foreshadow that just layup? And Jonathan.
I thought he made that.
Yeah.
I thought he made it. That was good. It was looking good.
And that's what I was talking about. Like, you leave yourself with that 200, it just skips in the bushes, then you're left with the Homer Simpson putt.
And I had a straddle putt, which just fell just short.
And I know you were kind of mad. I guess, how much was the previous putt affect that one?
So I've noticed in previous events, if you have a putt like that, it's very makeable. You just gotta get over it. I mean, you know, the longer you dwell on it, then the more it's gonna trickle into your next hole and then the next hole. That's part of the learning process. And to those who can do that the quickest and move on, that's when you start seeing better and more consistent results of what you as a player want to see for yourself.
Can we just, did you see that shot Anthony just threw?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was expected, right?
I guess so, but
no, that was good. That was great. He did it twice and executed.
It's Mando's between the two red arrows, so you have to go through there, and yeah, both your and Anthony's. What you want to do, you want to just kind of land on the sidewalk and get it to slide all the way to the basket.
He's throwing here.
Throwing more of a kind of a flippy approach disc, and I feel like now that after the round I can play Monday morning quarterback, but with the the stairs just in front of you. Throwing the forehand, you release the disc lower than with a backhand.
Right.
And so I think just last minute, I tried to raise my hand, which then put it on a little more ante out of my hand, which then caused it to go left. But I got lucky by not missing the Mando.
Yeah. Jay here giving it a good bid. I wanted to give it a run, but I didn't want to do anything crazy.
Was the trees behind it kind of like a backboard, or
it kind of was?
Yeah,
it kind of was. And then that roll created just an awful lie. It was just bad.
Have you been doing yoga? 'Cause you looked.
I had to stretch my back the next day.
But no, that was a good putt. It was for par, just to, because I know like we're all battling. It was, I again, I didn't look at the scores, but I knew it was close. I knew it was very close between.
As
Anthony
just birdied the one.
Yeah.
As we're over here struggling.
Yeah, 6-stroke lead.
Doing yoga
5
poses.
holes left.
Yoga poses. Anthony's like, no, I'm just gonna tap in.
I think Anthony has this one. But who will finish second?
We'll see.
This one, I think, has gotten trickier over the years.
It has. It's just been grown. It's just grown so much.
I think the common play is trying to throw the big spike hyzer over the tree, the biggest tree there. But it's touchy because if you, again, like hole 1, you have to go so far left, or you have to push the disc forward and then go so far left, and I don't think it's hard to hit that angle.
I honestly don't have a disc that can go up that high and travel that far and then come back in that hard.
So I think that's why my play was to go actually in front of that big tree.
Right.
And then there's another tree to the left that I'm trying to actually hit and then just drop straight down to give myself a 30-foot look rather than hitting the main tree and be 60 away. I don't think it's... I would rather try my luck with a 30-footer than trying to... And that almost skipped in.
It did. I really thought I had that.
It was probably 45...
Yeah.
And that's the range from hitting that tree and dropping straight down.
Right.
That's both Jay.
Jay there.
Yeah. Anthony, same kind of distance.
And you got a putt. You got an important putt here.
I knew that I had to make this just because the situation I knew already all of y'all had missed, so it was a good time to get a stroke on the card.
Bang.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I felt good.
And Gage and I have had a history where, these past, it's been recent events where, just putts out of nowhere like that, and it's cool to see. It's cool to see in groups because then you kind of, like we pointed out earlier, you feed off of that.
Yeah.
So then we go to hole 17 where you have that tough par 3 and. This is a mash to get there.
This is the only par 4. Yeah, this is par 4. And you don't want to. Yeah. It's probably 330 to very small gap.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely don't want to be left in front of what's called the green monster with some eyeballs and
green monster
teeth.
So this is Anthony's drive, and
so that's kind of that 4-foot gap is where you want to go. So that was perfect.
You're
landing in the mouth. Yeah, well, I didn't want to brag, but yes, mine did go through the gap and then some.
Jay's, that's fine. There's nothing else you really want.
I don't think you want to be any further left than that.
So with me, I had to just get something up there, and okay, maybe the heat could have done that last hole, but then I'm like, this is working, and then.
So the tree that you hit is a Mando, so you can't go left of that. So I think,
it's still rolling. I have never seen I've never been in a position where that has ever happened to me, ever. Like that was catastrophic.
Jonathan throws a good-looking shot.
Yeah, he got into that one.
Although that's kind of more overstable than what you would want to throw, and then it kind of skipped a little bit too far left.
So I was talking to Wes about this, and my only option was to do this, just try to get it through there, and because I mean everything else as far as the branches, probably. I mean either one, whatever worked. As the green monster is smiling at me.
Here's Jay working on his forehand again. And that was a lot better than the previous two.
It didn't hit me, so I was happy.
Yeah, here's Jonathan. A little bit too far left. He can't kind of do the same forehand ante, so he's got to go over the top. Blind shot, you don't know kind of where you're going. But perfect. Really good.
Well done.
What are you doing in the woods? I thought we were playing the urban course.
I was so happy with that.
That was good to save your par, not because here's Anthony for eagle.
Do it.
Get out of here, man. God.
That was so good. I was behind him, and when he released it, it looked good. It was going in right when we
Talk about the icing on the WK. Yeah, that deserves a replay for sure. I was too busy getting thorns out of my body.
Yeah, it was perfect. Here I am for my eagle look, which I felt a little more pressure than normal after he just big putted me.
Yeah, he definitely big putted you.
Yeah.
Like, that was good.
But I got a stroke on you, so that's all that matters.
It's all about placement, especially here, because if you don't get the placement you want, it can make a difference between birdie and bogey.
As we move into hole 18, 103 feet, this is the hardest hole on the course as far as score-wise. It is an OB island. You have to land on the grass.
As Anthony, he got stuck in that tree.
I'm going kind of down the stairs. It's a little bit smaller of the gap, but you can see what the disc, or like the whole flight, rather than trying to go over the top, that a little bit more unknown. As he throws a grenade.
Throws a grenade. And splashes.
In the middle of the pond.
I got lucky there.
You got lucky.
Got lucky there, but I needed that just to kind of maintain as Anthony tries to throw it in from there. Thought he was going to.
And
Splash.
again. And this is,
We all do. John
was
was having a good time with it, so I mean.
and I feel like on the card, everybody was battling for that second place. Everybody had a chance, especially going into this hole, which strokes can be bled. And whenever he missed that first one, and the three of us made it on the island, I think he knew his chances
Kind of
top three were
diminished.
yeah. Which both rounds, only me, you, and Jay were the only ones to land on the island. So it's a tricky shot.
All right, messing with John.
That's like keeping it in the water button.
But I feel like even if something like that is happening,
Yeah.
I think that is less distracting than just waiting around and then trying to reset. Because I would rather just go up and make the putt, especially from that distance, rather than waiting and having your mind maybe think about it.
Anthony not happy there.
As he loses 2 strokes to us.
He does. I'm still 7 back. So this is actually one of my favorite holes, and it's because I have this appreciation for understable shots or turnover shots. And as Jay is throwing here, we had to wait for cars to come by, and he just perfects it. It's a great shot.
This one's tough because it's low ceiling, but then also that little mulch mound can catch a disc too.
Throwing the fuse here. My favorite shot in disc golf.
Wait. Yeah, I think.
So me and Jay are talking there. I was trying to throw either a sidearm or a backhand shot, and I said, maybe I should try the fuse. And Jay was like, yeah, you should try it. And I threw that, and he goes, don't ever question if you should throw the fuse again or not. That's a good shot.
Yeah. As he parks again with his lefty forehand. And that was the low ceiling catching a disc. You do have to make it past the road for it to be in bounds.
You're talking about that main road, so he made it past that main. Okay, I got you. Because it was coned off.
Yeah.
Right there.
And I
Few
think
spectators there.
some of the cards were wrapping up, and there was a gallery. Somewhat of he was
Not
mad.
happy. He was not happy about that.
I feel like even though he knew he was winning, he still wanted to finish strong. And
Yeah.
the last two holes.
Of course.
Not the case.
Still got one more hole left. So he has a chance to redeem that birdie.
As we go into the final hole, it's 18, 16, and 16. So there's still,
With the notion, of course, Anthony is going to be quite all right after this. So doing our good games and good rounds. Fun times were had by all.
This one's another one where kind of the bush in front of you messes with your forehand angle.
That's a good shot.
Yeah. This one, you just have to kind of get it there, and if you throw into the hill, it should stick. So you would have maybe a 20-foot look up at the basket.
And the branch.
I feel
had
like
the best of me.
because you made it through on the island, you can't make it through twice. Oh,
I didn't notice that.
I did not know that happened, and
Oh,
I
wow.
doubt he did. Well, maybe he did. He seems a little upset at that.
I liked it. It was very his gap of choice was very unique.
Taking that
The
wider-
left of the left.
Yeah. But again, that's his
It is.
turnover forehand. That's his game.
And it worked to a T.
He was doing it all day long.
And I knew the significance of this putt, so I just kind of went for it and came up a little short. But that day was Anthony's day. And he executed.
Yeah, as you hear the cheers. Doesn't seem happy,
And
but he won.
the tears from me.
Yeah. Well, I hadn't made my putt yet. You don't know.
I'm talking about just from not winning it. You know.
Are you, if you're not first, you're last?
Yeah. You have to be. Good putt by it. Great round by Jay.
He played solid all day long.
Oh,
That might have been high, but it was.
dude, that was too close for comfort. As we all putt out here. So
Long
congrats
day.
to Anthony. Yep, congrats to Anthony. Congrats to the Town of Cary for such a great, 10-year event milestone. We had Anthony, Jay, Gage. I think it was me that finished fourth.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was a great event. Looking forward to next year. Everyone wants to play this event if they can.
Yeah. It's just a good time.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, here with Anthony Anselmo after the 10-year duo. You took it down. Tell us a little bit about that round.
This round, it went really well. I was throwing really good off the tee. I had a couple weird like really weird short missed putts. Wish I could have fixed that. But I mean, other than that, and then I had a bogey on 18. I did that both rounds. But other than that, I played really well. No complaints other than those things, and felt really smooth and felt really good to play good rounds and win. I absolutely love this event. I've played it like I think over 5 years at least, and like I love this tournament. It is so much fun. You get to play in parking decks and throw just a bunch of fun shots, and it's a ton of fun. Open, I have been playing. I accepted cash a little over a year ago. I had won a couple advanced tournaments by like a few, and then I was like, I think I want to try and play open. And I played open for a bit without taking money, and then I decided I thought it was time to accept the cash and play pro.
That's cool. And how old are you?
I'm 15 years old.
All right, that's awesome. Do you throw Dynamic then? Or?
I am sponsored by Dynamic Discs.
Oh, sweet, awesome. Well, I know it's rounding up the end of the year. You got any tournaments coming up, or?
I have one in a couple weeks back near my hometown.
And where are you from?
Kings Mountain, North Carolina.
What are you rated currently?
Currently I'm 993. I got to 1,000 this summer, and then I had a couple of bad turns that just dragged me back down.
Oh, hey, that's a milestone. How'd it feel to reach 1,000?
It felt really good. It was great to be there, and then it sucked to go back down. But I'm working back.
Sorry, you'll be back up. Well, hey, 15, wow, awesome win, and yeah, just keep up the good work, man. You're doing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
10 years has been, it's awesome. I missed 3 of them, I think. I missed when Craven Chains switched their dates. Obviously, out east, we support them, so we started going there. And then last year, because of COVID, it was at Diablo. But now that Craven Chains is Pro-Am, I decided to come back, and it's special. I mean, this place is cool.
So speaking of Diablo, what do you think of that course?
It's a good disc golf course. I think it fits the triangle area well. It lets you play golf, not pitch and putt. So we needed that in the area.
The discs have sort of evolved to where now you can throw a little farther.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really highly rated. Do you think we'll get more courses like that and be up to par with like Charlotte? Or
I hope so. I hope. I think we have East Clayton. I think East Clayton gets overshadowed quite a bit. But I think we will. I hope we get some more tight wooded courses that are hard and long. Maybe more like Hornet's Nest, that kind of style. So Maple Hill.
So you still working on your art?
I am, yeah, still doing it.
Well, tell us about this shop, Raleigh, North Carolina. It's in South Raleigh, right?
Yeah, corner of 401 and Tryon, Eastern Disc Golf, and we're just a disc golf pro shop. We're all players. We've got a field and indoor putting, so we can help you with any of that stuff. Just come on out.
Is it new and used, or?
New and used, yeah.
And what type of brands do you carry?
We carry everybody that is sponsoring professional players on the Pro Tour and supporting players of disc golf. There's some good brands out there, but they're not supporting pros right now, so we're not going to carry them until they're doing.
So how's it been going with the Eco Tour?
The Eco Tour's, oddly enough, it's coming up on year 9, so we're getting close to doing the 10-year. The Eco Tour is just blown up. We had to split it to Pro-Ams. So we've been doing Am Saturday, Pro Sunday, added cash to the pro side, traveling to different courses. I mean, it's fantastic, and there's so much support and help behind the scenes. So,
how far do you travel? Like, what does the Eco Tour encompass?
We go far east as Ahoskie, south to Wilmington and Whiteville. Our northern border would be Rocky Mount, or even Ahoskie. I guess you could consider that northeast. And then we will do East Clayton and some, the typical Kinston, New Bern, Jacksonville, all those courses, Greenville.
Speaking of Eastern Disc Golf, what do you think of Nathan Queen's big win this year?
Man, there's nothing like a hometown guy. Like I've played with Nathan since he was an Am. I played with him when he was posting on how to get more distance, and I've played with him when he was a pro and won his first events, and now, I mean, it couldn't happen to a better guy. I mean, honestly, it's awesome. So we kind of all were living vicariously through that win.
So you did the tour for a while, and then what made you up and decide to do the actual brick and mortar store?
It was time. You know, for us, there's a whole new generation of players playing, and there's a lot of digital media information, but it doesn't really translate to the course. So we felt like if we could get a place with a field and we could get a place to putt, then we could put the right disc in players' hands and help them throw straighter down the fairways, and just be a disc golf store solely on helping people play and have fun and enjoy the game and throw properly.
Excellent. Sir, you got money now to buy a haircut.
Yeah, right.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thanks, guys.
I think I'd be his grandfather, not his fucking car.
Congratulations.
3 generations.
Yeah.
Your MPO 2021 Duo 10 champion, Anthony Anselmo.
I'd like to thank my sponsor, Dynamic Discs, and then everybody who had a hand in this, because this tournament's so fun every year.
All right, congratulations to all the winners in second place and third place. If you are an amateur and you didn't get your hoodie, they arrived, so they're over here. We should have your size. Let me know if we don't. Again, cannot thank all of our title sponsors, our gold sponsors, our T-Sign sponsors, players' support from setting up, breaking down the course. It's just been an incredible effort, and I really appreciate you guys, as well as the players coming to this event. Very special to me, as well as Mike Sink. Gage Street, thank you guys for setting up and vending this weekend. We appreciate you guys, and you know, Mike and I have made 10, so now we got to go back to the drawing board and see what we have in store for next year. Mike?
Same thing. Thank y'all for coming out and playing. It's been fun putting it on for 10 years. So, and this will be probably, maybe we'll get even over 18 to 20,000 to the Recreation Relief Fund. So it's a meaningful cause. So thank you.